Turn up to this one, it's quite the water feature. Originally the customer had high pressure last night, so they turned the boiler off and then woke up to this morning. The pressure looks okay, but the water has been off for a couple of hours. But then we can see the condense pumps overflowing. So by turning the power off because the pressure was in the red, what happened was the condense pump now doesn't work. So my theory is it was over pressurizing because something's passing, and because the filling loop key isn't in, it must be the plate heat exchanger. You can listen. If you listen carefully, you can actually hear the plate passing. So although turning it off when the pressure's in the red's normally good practice, not in this respect. So you can see now the water's been on, the pressure's literally rose on its own. So we're going to change the PRV and the plate. Going to isolate the cold underneath, take the pressure off with the hot tap. Pull this connector down. Take the condense trap out. Give ourselves some room. Disconnect the flow turbine. And then disconnect the pump connector. Just take some wiggling, but it will come out. You don't have to undo this, but I do to give myself some room. Put a drain on and drain the boiler, and then start disconnecting the expansion vessel hose. Then disconnect the cold nut. So that just proves the pressure gauge was working because it's on 0 now. Pop the clip out. Disconnect this little clip. You've got to squeeze it together and then turn it. And then pull the fork out. Then we're going to spend the next 20 seconds wrestling with the pump. I've said it before and I'll say it again, nothing sticks better than a Worcester Bosch O-ring. That's why I'm always lubing everything up. And that's why I keep my waterproof bucket below to catch all the water. Because as much as you drain the boiler, there will always be some left. Right, we're going to move that out of the way. If you've seen my other videos, you'll know this is a little trick. Stick some blue roll down the side, because when you undo the plate, there's going to be some water in there too. Undo the 2 securing screws. Plate drops at the left and then comes over like that. This is the old 16 plate, so it's fatter than the new one that's going to go in, which is only a 14 plate. Someone would put the cold pipe behind, but I managed to pull the right hand manifold forward a little bit. Now onto the PRV. So I'm going to pull that clip out. It's a little bit too strong for my finger, so I'm just going to use a screwdriver to pull it out. Just disregard that, we're not going to reuse it. And then I use a screwdriver, a little bit like a crowbar, and just pop it out like that. That's the easiest way I've found to pop them out. You can see how rusty it's looking inside. That shows that the plate was passing. Constantly getting oxygenated water entering the heating system and then out the PRV. Then you stand back and look at the boiler and wonder where your cup of coffee is. Right, back to it. Plenty of lube on the PRV. We're just going to push that into place, pop the securing clip back in, and then I always give it a wiggle as well to check to make sure the clip's in, because the last thing you want to do is put it all back together and realise the clip wasn't in properly. Fasten the screws back up for the plate. Fasten the return manifold screw back in as well, because I undid that to prise it forward a little bit. Pop the clip back in, replacing the washers when necessary, lubing up the ones that don't. I did put a new flow adapter in as well, obviously. Put the heat exchanger retaining clip screw back on. Once you're happy everything's back in and tightened up, we're going to start filling. Right, with everything dry, we're going to flick the power back on. Green light means go. Downstairs is drying out as well. That's another one done. Happy days.